Ahoy, crypto pirates! Welcome to your Discourse Syndicate's FN Hangout. I am the captain, your captain. Not looking as captain as usual, but here. I'm in Dublin, California, not Dublin, Ireland, Dublin, California, getting ready to do the first live Pulse Tour event. Excited about it, can't wait. We've had a big-ass week. Hope everybody's doing good. Good to see everybody in the chat. Let's see. Hello to everyone. What's up, Max Cabby? You were first. Good to see you. Hex Down Under. Melv Tony. My man. Sandy Beach. Welcome, my lady. Let's go, Mayo. Yeah, baby. Good. Wow, what a win for Jake, huh? Looking good. Looking good up there. Alan, what's up? Good night to you, my man. Go get some sleep. I know you've been hanging out with Sammy all night, probably. Moondog. Donald. I assume the movie isn't coming out until the fall. You are wrong, sir. You are absolutely 100% wrong, but I can't tell you when. Anyway, but that's coming soon. Coming soon. Let's see. Who else is in here? Billy Boy Crypto. Like it. Ahoy to you. Permission to come aboard. Hey, always permission is granted here. I think we got to get the link out. Oh, my gosh. My back is killing me. I just got back from Miami. I haven't shaved in 2 days. Don't have my bandana on, so I'm feeling like not feeling very captain today. Captain is not. Did I just say talk about myself in the third person? Oh, it's a disease that I think streamers get. We start talking about our characters or something. I don't know, because that's all I heard when I was at the Bitcoin convention. All kinds of cool stuff to talk about. I don't have much time because I've got to go get with the Hexicans that are here that are waiting. But I do have a lot of other people coming in, and I do have Sammy helping me out. Oh my gosh, my back is killing me. I'm sorry, guys. Let me see if I can get this out real quick. Oh man. Anyway, all these plane trips been hell on me. Anyway, Pulse Chain is launched. It launched right when I was leaving for the Bitcoin convention, and man, here. All this time been in and out of airplanes and not home and just wanting to get to my bags and get to work on yield farming and doing all the stuff that we can do now. Thanks, Mel Tony, for the update. Hex is at a bargain, guys. So here's what I want to talk about. First, I want to slap everybody in the damn face. All you folks out there splitting up camps with Hex. I'm going to give you guys some reasons why that's about the most stupid narrative I've ever heard. First of all, Richard has not once, I don't know if you've seen the tweet today, Richard has not once said that Hex was going to die on one of the chains. Not once. Not once. So now all of a sudden, all of these other people in the community are smarter than Richard, right? They're smarter than Richard. He said he wanted expensive Hex on both chains. And he didn't say it once. He said it numerous times. Numerous times. So what makes everybody smarter than Richard? I don't know. I don't get it. So whatever this camp is that's trying to do this crap, they're 100% completely wrong. And here's why. We know that Hex has a very limited supply. Even though there's a big supply, there's a very limited supply. Why is that? Because there's a thing called the OA that owns freaking close to 90-something% of the coins, 80, 90%. What does that mean? That means that those coins never move. They don't belong to any human being that's going to move them. Possibly, I guess. And the only thing that's out there that's stakeable is about a handful of percentages. I think it's less than 10% is left to stake. So what does that mean? What does that mean in the scheme of things? Hex has not seen any real life adoption. The world hasn't even seen what Hex is and what its possibilities and capabilities are, which is yield. How do you get 30+% APY anywhere? You don't. It doesn't exist. And when the world finds out that there's an immutable token that draws that kind of interest, that sits on a L1 that is so far running flawlessly, doing a great job. The bridge is blocked. People can't get in and can't get enough of it. but everything's working flawlessly. And it's also connected to one of the most exciting DEXs that anyone has ever seen. This is exciting, and all the features haven't been unlocked of it yet. And right now, as it is, it's already beaten the shit out of every other DEX that's out there. Just wiping everything out. So what does that mean? That means that Hex is very, very sexy. Very sexy, especially to institutional developers. For instance, let's just take one industry alone, the insurance industry. The insurance industry, and I should probably look at the numbers and how much money flows through the insurance industry's investments. But if the insurance industry is out there scraping for 3% interest every single day, could you imagine if they had a token that could make them 30 plus APY? It's immutable, it's safe, price volatility, of course, but that's what they're used to, is price volatility. Imagine if that industry got in. Imagine if that industry was looking for Hex to stake. What does that mean? That means that the supply is even going to get smaller and smaller and smaller. I've said this a million times to you guys. People are going to be waiting in line for Hex. And if there's not enough on one chain, they can go get it on another. And guess what that means? And everybody's screaming, no parity, no parity. Well, guess what you're going to have when that happens? You're going to have motherfucking parity. I don't care what you guys say. That's what I'm saying. This is going to get very, very popular. It's going to get very, very scarce. And people are going to be wanting it. Hasn't even seen real world adoption yet. This is just crypto plebs getting into Hex right now. Crypto plebs getting into Hex. That's it. Wait until the world sees it. And wait until the world sees a real L1 operating, functioning, and working well. So that's why that whole narrative about Hex being dead on Ethereum is just a stupid crock of shit. Who's ever saying that is an idiot. I'm sorry. You're an idiot if you're saying that. And I'm calling you out. You're an idiot. So anyway, that's my little 2 cents on that. Take it, leave it, whatever. I'm giving you my thoughts on it. I haven't been wrong yet on any of this stuff, to be honest. That's why my channel's still here. That's why this is the longest consistently running show in all the Hex community. Period. End of story. And all of our streams are up. We've never had to pull any of them down. And nobody's ever really refuted anything that we've said here. Why? Because we've stayed Hex-centric. We've not shilled any of the other bullshit that's out there. And we've never talked about anything else but RH products. And I told you, until Pulse comes out and PulseX comes out, we're not even really talking about them. But we're going to start talking about them now because that's the big deal. That's the big deal because why? They make Hex better. They make Hex better. And what could be more exciting than better Hex? Nothing. This is it. Checkmate. We won. They lost. And here's what even makes me more confident. Spending time. Look, I don't want to say anything ill about the influencers I met because I did go out there and shake hands and say hey to all of them and make some relationships. I don't agree with the things that they're all saying or doing. But I do want them to understand that we know who they are and that we know that we won. And a lot of the problems with those folks is that they don't know what they're talking about. I was very surprised at the acumen, at the crypto acumen of some of these influencers. They're just shilling what they're being told to shill, guys. They are not as smart as all of you. I would take the least experienced Hexican and put them up against their best influencer any day when it comes to talking about real DeFi and real crypto, because they don't know what it is. They don't know what it looks like. And we live in it. We function in it. We sacrifice for it. We went in the AA lobby for it. We're the ones that have been holding it down for 3 years. We're the ones that got the education from Richard Hart. Hexicans are the smartest, the best. They have the best crypto acumen out there, period. End of story, period. All of those influencers are nothing. Human beings, yes. Appreciate them, yes. Even Eric, me and Eric got along the whole time I was there. He's a cool guy. He's a troll. His life is all about being a troll. But he's funny. He's a cool guy. We had a good time. But anyway, that's what I wanted to say. This is not, Hex on ETH is not going away. It's not going to zero. It's not dead. Anyone who says that is a fool, a goddamn fool. And you'll rue the day that you've said that shit, because that's not what's going to happen. Anyway, I'm going to start bringing up the guests because I'm going to have to get myself. Let's see who's here. Let's see who I got in the green room. Oh, I got the she pirate herself, Sammy Chica. What's up, baby? Good having you on the screen. Thank you for coming. Thank you for hanging out.
Yeah.
And now, of course, what's that?
Good to see you, Captain.
Good to see you too, and thank you for hanging out and continuing to stream. You're a champ. You're a champ.
My pleasure. You got to get that back checked out.
Oh, I'm telling you, it's really bad today. But let me bring up the queen herself, the streamer of streamers, the first, the only, the queen of Hex. There it is, Serena Alonzi, my lady. Welcome. Welcome.
How's it going?
It's going great. Good to have you. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. And now let me bring up the rest of the pirates here. Identity Block. What's up, dude?
What's up? How you doing,
and our
guys?
man Mayo. Out in Aussie.
What's up, Mayo?
Gonna get us a fight update, I'm sure. And our Hexagon lady, Lindsay. What's up?
Hey, sexy girl.
How you doing, bud? Oh, and my good friend and local Californian. Hello.
Hey.
How are you, my lady? How are you?
Thank you so much for having me, for inviting me to the party. I'm so happy.
Well, I'm glad you're all here because I'm barely here right now.
This is fun.
I haven't shaved. I got a shower. It's horrible. But anyway.
That's all right. Captain, you go. We got this. We got this.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for coming. Thank you for running the show, guys. Have a good time. Tear it up. And I'll catch you all on the next one.
All right.
See you, mate. Have fun, Captain.
Have fun.
See ya.
Tomorrow doubling.
You look hot, Georgia.
You see, I brought the girl. I had to check. Guys, the fastest change of clothing. What do I wear to the other stream? 10 minutes away. So I changed the hair. I did very fast. So thank you. You too, Serena Alonso. You too, guys. You look amazing too. I'm sure you smell too. You smell good too.
I need a shower.
You just got back from work, Mayo.
Hey?
You just got back from work.
Yeah, a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
Trying to catch up on all the RH ecosystem. It's been exhausting.
Happy Pulse Chain launch, Mayo. Love that.
Yeah. I'm going to start doing them for people with custom handles on them if they want.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Oh, very nice.
Keep an eye out. I'm trying to work on that now.
That's very nice. We have a lot of amazing Hexicans who have a lot of merchandise, a lot of things, amazing things that we can use to promote and to wear, fashionable wear. So it's amazing.
Yeah, I thought it'd be a good idea if you go to meetups. Everyone knows who they are. You got the name tag.
Yeah. And what about you, ID? What's been happening? Happy Pulse Chain launch.
All good. I mean, keeping busy. So doing a little bit of everything, a little bit of farming, a little bit of staking, a little bit of just, taking it all in. It's been overwhelming. That's I think the word.
Yeah, perfect word.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we just had ladies discourse and we just come over and a lot of the chats come over. So hey again, everyone, and welcome to all of the captain's regular crew. Good to see you all. Thanks for joining us. Does the captain usually put the link into the chat?
Yeah, he normally tucks it in there.
Because I can do that, but seriously,
it is
guys,
in the description.
Don't get on there and show us your dicks, because it has happened before.
It's happened before, right?
So seriously, don't do it because otherwise we can get banned. All right. But yeah, I'll put the link in the chat now.
What did I get myself into?
I know. What do we talk about? I know.
It's happened before, so
big dick energy. That's what it is.
At least that's the warning.
I hear that.
That's what brought me here, guys. I guess No wonder I end up here. Thank you.
All right.
Sorry, I have to.
I'm here for the energy. Just keep your pants on. This is a pants on kind of party. All right.
I've heard Richard Hart is coming any minute, guys. So stay tuned. Stay there. Go call your friends. Retweet, please. Like the room. It's very important that happen. And everyone here in the crew does an incredible job. So please like and share with everyone. Tell them that Richard Hart will be here.
Oh, I just saw that Moondog posted.
Bad hair day, guys. Sorry. What am I doing with my hair? I had ponytails a couple minutes ago, so sorry.
Way to go, Moondog.
What was that? What's he posted?
Oh, Sammy, can you pull that up? What Moondog posted?
Yeah, sure.
What do you like? Don't show your
With
Pokemon.
this guy. That's a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, good
No,
idea.
I mean, honestly, it depends on what you're holding with Magic. If you're holding some garbage, you might want to let it go. No, it's fine.
Jake, what's been happening with Jake? So can you tell the ladies and the chat about who Jake Lund is and what he does and what he's won and what how he's associated with Hex?
Yeah, give me a second. I'll actually get the list that he posted recently. Bit of an updated list. So long story short, he is a world champion Muay Thai fighter. And one thing led to another because I used to train with him, and we ended up getting him on board with Hex and Discourse Syndicate, who actually sponsored him. And yeah, hang on, here we go. So he is, this is his record: 50 fights, 45 wins, 20 by TKO. He's a 7 times Bangla Stadium champion in Thailand. He's a WMC I1 middleweight world champion, WBC light heavyweight world champion, WBC diamond light heavyweight world champion, which is what we sponsored him for, the diamond fight. So it's a WBC diamond world title, which goes great for diamond hands and crypto.
Yeah.
First fighter in history to win the state, national, international, world, and world diamond WBC titles in his weight class. So, yeah, all that stuff aside, he's now a Hexican. He's sponsored by Discourse Syndicate and myself. And the next thing coming up, he's got a fight in Hong Kong. So I don't know if you haven't seen or what has happened. The diamond fight was actually in December. I noticed it got a heap of my old tweets from December got a heap of likes recently and retweets. But yeah, there's some good photos there of when he won the belt. He was wearing Hex apparel and Hex merchandise. Hex was all over the canvas in the ring, up in the background. It was everywhere on the fight night. So it was a good thing.
Ring ladies too. They were all dressed in Hex.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, there was a big Discourse Syndicate on the canvas as well and on the screen. So yeah, it was really good getting the eyes on us, I guess, in that industry. And yeah, moving forward from that, again, team win. He's a winner. He's won the diamond belt. And then yeah, now we're going to Hong Kong. So he's got a Hong Kong event on in I think it's like 2 weeks. So I'd try and find the link
to
it. Yeah,
that's so exciting, Mayo.
So it's pretty good. So yeah, we'll get the Hong Kong guys on us, I guess, is the next big Asian sort of.
Yeah, go on board.
What do you call it? I don't know. I've lost the word.
Big Asian
That's something. Yeah. But yeah, moving forward, that's it.
And what's been happening up there in Brisbane? You got the nice weather up there, or what?
Yeah, I'm actually sweating wearing this. I just thought I'd wear it because it's new on the stream, but it's still really hot.
Rub it in there. It's freezing cold down here in Victoria, but that's another story. You had any other meetups in Brizzy? And you guys know that we're doing a meetup in Sydney in a few months, probably October.
Yeah. So what's that? A couple of months away? I'd be keen to try and make that once we get a date locked in.
Yeah, awesome.
Some time off.
We're just getting prices on at the moment, and then we'll come back to you with dates soon. Try and give you as much notice as possible.
Yeah, and going back to the whole Pulse Chain launch and how everything's just taken off and it's overwhelming. I suppose you probably all have, if you've got onboards and friends that are not in the world of Twitter and online here. I've just had like crazy amounts of phone calls and messages from people that have I have onboarded in real life, like at workplaces or family or friends. So I'm trying to come up with an idea now of how, instead of trying to answer them all one by one, trying to get them all together in one spot at one time, and just whether we create a meetup for that with Q&A sort of thing, or but yeah, that's my next sort of thing I'm trying to organize in between working and going away and doing this myself.
Awesome.
Yeah. So maybe we can do that. Have a Jake signing. We've got some memorabilia coming. Hopefully we can do some memorabilia and have some stuff framed with the diamond photos and the hex photos, and he can sign them and do custom messages to hexagons if they're interested and stuff like that. So there's a lot happening.
What kind of fight is that? MMA? What is? I didn't get at the beginning. Is this mixed martial arts or boxing?
Yeah, Muay Thai. So Thai boxing.
Muay Thai.
So yeah. So basically, it's kicks, elbows, clinching, pretty much anything standing up. But as soon as you go to the ground, they pick you back up. Yeah, in a traditional boxing ring.
The boxing, every kind of sports that has to do with boxing and martial arts has a lot of loyal following, and there's a lot of money there, guys. So I think you're doing a great job by going and targeting that kind of audience that is still going
gives them
strong.
Somewhere. Yeah, 100%. And I've because I used to be a fighter myself, and then the reason I quit was because it didn't make me enough money to have the lifestyle I wanted. So, but this also gives, as a fighter or athlete in any industry, as they get older, they might get injured or something might happen physically, and it puts them out. So they lose their income, the only thing they've known how to do. So I try and show this is something that can build the wealth or invest in their future if something like that does happen, or once they're ready to retire out of the sport, they've got something to fall back on.
Because it is very hard. I mean, I'm a big fan of boxing, and I remember I used to hang out in Tijuana with the Vale Todo, which is like kind of like the mixed martial arts, anything goes. So they used to have fights down there. But boxing and martial arts is a sport that you have to dedicate a lot of time, and you have to, it's hard to get to the top. So not everybody makes it, and the ones that are left on the way there, they work very hard. So sometimes they don't get anything. So I think it's incredible that money gets into that, not only when they get to the top, but when they're on their way there. So
yeah.
Sounds like they can relate to being a day one hexagon.
Yeah.
Everybody's quiet, guys. Come on. Where's the party? I thought this was going to be like, let's get party. Identity, what's going on with you?
I think everyone's probably pretty tired still, aren't they, from all the action over the last, what are we up to, 12 days? No, it's been is it 2 weeks now?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
2 weeks already.
Yeah.
The 2 weeks anniversary, weekiversary, is that what we call it? The post-weekiversary?
Yeah.
It's today.
Yeah.
A couple hours ago, it was a launch at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. It's 7:27. So we're going into our third week, and we're doing excellent with the numbers, I think. What do you think, guys? You're the experts.
Yep, I think so. I think that we're doing great. The network, the transactions and everything is showing up. We're scaring, you could tell that we're scaring VSC and CC. They're making some stuff over there, I mean, allegedly. So that's good. That means that they're taking notice. And I think that there's a little bit of stuff that can get worked out, but then it's like everything. It's just week 2. So I'm very excited. I'm really bullish.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, awesome. Right on with that. I mean, come in. I mean, you can't hide these cooking books. You can't hide these things.
Yeah, and it's not allegedly. You can see it. That's the beauty of the blockchain. You can see it.
You start seeing numbers burning like that, means somebody's got their eye on you, and they don't
exactly.
They know you. I'm just saying. We got smart. Man, we have such a smart community too. We know. It's like, for those of you who don't know what I'm saying in plain English, I'm saying like the wind is underneath our sails. We just haven't even spread them yet. We haven't even spread our wings to take off yet. Our wings are still tucked safely at our sides. We're only 2 weeks over, like little baby birds in a nest.
And it's something that has not been done before. A new blockchain coming out with copies of all the tokens on the other side. It's like I compare this to Big Payday. What do you think, guys? You were there. You have three of the top OGs here. I don't know the rest of you guys, but I know Sammy, Serena, and ID are people who have been there since day one in the Hex community. Is this like? Do you think that having a copy of the ERC20 tokens is just equivalent to the Big Payday?
It feels like it. So when I check Staker and it's like, cool, that's everything's doubled. It's, yeah, it feels like Big Payday. So it's pretty cool.
Fantastic.
That's good
It
to
is
know,
very
'cause I missed
exciting.
Big
The whole,
Payday.
yeah, I mean, like Big Payday was for me was very confusing because all that time that we were waiting for Big Payday, I think we were averaging maybe 15 or 16% staker. So we were thinking that we were getting some amount. Then something else happened on that day. Then there was that big stake to like 98%. So there was all kinds of emotions on this one. It was, in my opinion, more controlled, maybe because we were waiting for so long and then we had practiced so much and we had done so much to wait for it that it was I don't know, it was very exciting. It was awesome. It was an awesome moment.
And the highest that they gave up was 70%, right? Of what you had in Hex. Was it 70% the highest?
Well, in that moment, it went to like 30%. Before we were thinking we were gonna get like 3x. We thought we were gonna get like 300%. But based on the amount of money that came in, and it went from like 16%, like 1/6 to like 98%, then we got only like 30%. The only thing though, it's at that moment, some of us we were already staked. So the way Richard had explained it, he had said anyone that staked at that moment and then goes this much, they're going to get all that hex. And I'll never forget that. It might have been like maybe August or September of 2020, like maybe 30 days before Big Payday in November. Um, yeah, I remember like when he said those words. I mean, that video is still on the Sci-Vibe channel, and a lot of people haven't seen it, but it clicked. It just said go long because I remember he had a talk that he said, well, if you don't have the money, just put the time and then you're going to get that much. And I mean, to this day, those Genesis stakes, they're still making like 99% for me. I'm sure that for other people, they might still be doing triple digit. In the last few days, that there's been some emergency end stakes. Maybe they went back to that. So I wish people would understand that maybe you might not be able to replicate Big Payday, but if you would understand that you can still get it at a certain amount of, fiat and then go long in 2-3 years, you guys are going to be where we are today at two
Yeah,
or 3 years hex.
Did
that
you see
Payday
the
was
guy
pretty
that
much.
put 15, got 15 grand out of Pepe? Did you see him? And then Richard posted a tweeted after that. Did you see?
No.
What happened with Pepe?
So someone had their copy of Pepe, made 15 grand. Like that's good money for free.
Oh, on the copy. Well, yeah. I mean,
On
like
the
I'm sure a lot
copy.
of people have been making a lot of copies that they just been going, then they pump them, and
That's
then
more than
yeah,
100% in your
yeah.
coins, or 90 or 30. So that's for me, that is my payday, my big payday.
There you go.
The copy of all my ERC20 tokens, even more, I guess.
Absolutely. And Richard tweeted out, and so many people wouldn't even be aware of it yet because it's only week 2. And so, raising awareness that, if you put your RPC settings right in the Pulse chain, you might, have some free money there of yourself. So I think it'd be good if we all got together and tries to raise that awareness. Who doesn't love free money? I do.
We all do. I cut coupons still. Of course, I like the free stuff. I like the free bread at Vaughn's after 7:00. I do anything to save for Hex.
Yeah.
You get free bread over in America. You get free soft drink at nearly every restaurant. We don't have that in
Really?
Australia. Yes, every restaurant over in the States, apart from the airport.
There are many reasons why they give you free soda in America. I'll just leave it at that.
Really? But you can fill up as many times as you want. I think sometimes over here, like Hungry Jack's, you might see the odd one, but we don't have that here.
Well, the sicker you are, the easier you are to control. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
They give you free sodas, but very expensive healthcare coverage. That's one thing that happens in the US.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
the
the fact
Coke
that we
tastes
actually had
better.
to ban people from drinking. Sorry, I don't want to go too far side with this on. This is not the street, but I'm like, I mean,
No,
Look at
that's
me.
fine.
Yes, sure.
Down the rabbit hole.
This is also that this is Jamaica. This is I'm drinking things without sugar and things like that. You know, I'm trying to look good.
But
good
the
for you.
Coke tastes better in
That's
America. No shit. I think it's because maybe they don't use that. They ban some of the ingredients in it that were in like normally they can't use them here. It just and the
Oh,
ice cream tastes better too.
maybe down in Mexico because they use like real sugar. Like here
Oh,
we use all kind. Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
use like it's called like fructose or. So
Oh,
if you get the choice of drinking like Coca-Cola from Mexico or Coca-Cola from here, yeah, just you'll see the difference.
night and
Yeah.
day. It's night and day. You can't even compare the difference in the taste at all. You can't. It's like, and then it's still garbage because it's got all the flavoring. Then don't get me started. But anyway, but it's like
True.
if you're gonna have to go that route, if you have to pull that trigger, definitely check out them.
That's a great point. Yeah, I quit drinking beer, drinking pop. So now even if I still do the bad thing of ordering fast food, I'll try not to order the soda. And then I kind of feel like, sure, I did a little bit better.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I honestly, if that's what it takes, I mean, it's just small things like that. Small things snowball into bigger things, and
True.
it is what it is. I get preachy about it because I'm like, I want my friends to be healthy and around for a long time, and so I forcefully get like a little passionately preachy about it. My
If
apologies.
you want to live
No, it's
15
true.
more years, stop drinking
Exactly.
soda.
I mean, it's just little changes on the habits. I mean, if you get fast food 2 times a week, if you can cut that right there. That's 50% cut. That's going to be extra money you're going to have. That's going to be less calories you're consuming. And all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm losing some weight and I'm not even going to the gym. Then you start a new habit and then so you continue. So little by little,
Yeah, little
that's a
by
great
little.
conversation.
Yeah.
And that goes hand in hand with what we're doing here because we're talking about being here and healthy and to be able to enjoy whatever we do here in about 15 years, 10, 15 years, whatever it is. So I think the taking charge of your health or your habits, it's very important. Not only your crypto, but take control of your life and then you can do control everything else. So I think it's very important.
Yeah, get right back, get down into the root of it for both of them. If you start with small things, it makes it a lot easier. And then if you are finding that you're so busy that in your life, like make more like just find one thing to take away from some time. Like if your time is really going to work and you're finding that you're spending, map out your time block it, look at it and say like, oh my gosh, if that's your goal is to eat healthier and to pack your lunch more, like it takes like half an hour or so, like, or if you're cooking for dinner, like, you know what I mean? There's like little things that you can kind of shift that way and plan your, like, for example, like on a Sunday, if I'm doing meal prep for the week, I time block 3 hours. And that's just for me on a Sunday because it's something I don't mind doing. I get the kids in the kitchen with me. I'm teaching them how to organize their food system for the week, how to set themselves up. Like, so it's like a thing that we do as a family, But anyway, so if you're struggling with that stuff, then you can just prep and move on. Anyway, yeah, sorry.
thanks, Lindsay. Always good to know though. Health before wealth. Health before wealth. So we were just talking about farming over
You'll
in the
find
lake.
health probably generates wealth too. If you're healthy and you're active, you're doing productive things. If you're unhealthy,
Yeah.
what are you doing? You're stuck at home doing nothing.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. So what about you guys? You've been doing the farms and how good is that ink token looking? It's been freaking amazing if you ask me.
Yep. That's the only
ID?
thing with farming, so.
I was pretty scared at the start, but I did a little bit. I only went into the EHEX PHEX farm, but then it got shut down, so I only had
Yeah.
about a day in that, and that was it.
Oh well, at least you tried it. You went in there, but those APIs were above 2,000 when they first opened. Some were 20,000 plus, which is just freaking amazing. And we saw ink drop right down to $4, and then go back up to $80. So, who else loves the ink token? I think it's what's our
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. I'm loving
Yeah.
the
Yeah, I'm turning it into whatever's dipping. So my new strategy is whenever I'm getting rid of the ink, I'll just look. All right, if PLSX is 8%, or the other one's 5, or Hex is 6%, then I'll go for whatever's dipping. It's like no strategy.
yeah. It's
I don't
a
know what I'm gonna do with my 0.007 ink token. I've been very conservative, guys, on my farming. I've been doing farming. I have to admit, I'm doing farming with, I think it was PulseX and WPLS. I don't know if that's good, but that's all I had. So I had to do something with that, and I'm being very, very conservative. Not too much, but
That's a good
hey,
one
it
because
is
that one,
working.
yeah, if the price is not moving that much because the pool is solid, then you're gonna be suffering less in permanent loss. The other ones obviously are going to be paying more. The ones with stable coins are good because you only suffering like half of the pair suffers in permanent loss, so you can do less harvesting. So there's a few different strategies that are working really good. I mean, like that. So that, yeah. Today I hanging out with the Rolando's group today in his live stream. Actually, someone else started to tell me, well, maybe you can also do this other strategy with ink where you can just, instead of turning it right away into Pulse or PLSX, you're actually stacking it if you're thinking 3, 5, 10 years down the road, because obviously the token, it'll be printed more as there's more farms, but then there's less and less and less of the token in 3, 5, 10 years from now. And I was like, oh, right, I'm thinking this short strategy. And then there's, so people have all kinds of strategies going at the same time, so it's really, really exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. And what do you guys think of all these coins that are on the PulseX exchange? Like, we saw the Schuler coin, we saw the Richard Hart coin, we saw the Twerk coin.
Oh.
What
There
what
was some kind of funny one.
what is going on with that shit? Like, the liquidity is like $5,000, something like that. What's going on with that?
That is tomfoolery. That's what that is.
Yeah, exactly. On those, what I try to do is not even try to go for that or try to even mention them, because what could happen, or at least what the new ones I heard or saw on Twitter, was that they're already coming out where it's not like a funny token anymore, where it's got like $1,000 of liquidity and then they could get rug. It's also more like even honeypots or honey traps, where you're putting in your money, and then a lot of people obviously don't go through the contract, don't go see that there's no order, there's no sell orders, so it's only like money coming in, and then there's no money coming out because it's trapped.
Yeah.
And then sadly they lose their money. So yeah, just stay for what we know. Always look the contracts that Richard has shared directly, so that way you know what you're dealing with. Because, like I said, if you go by, sadly, I also saw that they're also copying the names now too. So if you're not pasting your contract and you're only typing Pulse, or you're only typing PLSX, or you're only typing Hex or whatever, it can pull. Sorry, another coin. So something completely different. It might say, yeah, it's PLSX, and you're thinking, oh, whoa, it's at a discount or a dipped or whatever. No, it's just that you're in the wrong asset. And then, so yes, go by what we know.
That's good advice. Because there is so much, bro. There's even big PP coin. Did you see that?
I've seen all kinds of names. It's just the second that you go for that type of stuff, you're just gonna get wrecked, because there's a
Yeah,
chance that some of these honey traps, since people cannot sell, you're actually gonna look at it and it's gonna be like pumping because there's nobody selling. And then
yeah,
sadly, like it's just your price is locked in, and it's just all over what was happening in at other, let's not name, but what was happening in other exchanges, that people would just go in, think that they were getting a really good deal, and then they were getting locked, and the rest. It's a sad story, because it just depends at that point how much money you put in, and then it got locked in there and lost. And obviously, like we always joke, there's no 1-800 blockchain, so There's no, this is the time where if you're still in doubt, pull that testnet v4 again, do some swaps on testnet, and then feel comfortable, and then go in with your bag to the actual mainnet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of copycats, guys, and they're just putting Paul's former. Just put Binance made a fake in token and battle into the top of the chart. I think we're gonna get a lot of copycats, and what I'm afraid is that people coming, the new people, the new Hexicans, the new Pulsicans, that are gonna be falling for those fakes. So that's what is so important, that we're still out there telling them, guys, it's this way, come this way, so they don't make
Yeah,
the
we need to
mistake.
point out these things. Like Binance is obviously doing this to hurt the reputation of the
Mhm.
RH ecosystem.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
if someone doesn't know any better, they're going to just think they bought the ink token, which is the true, real RH one, and they're going to get scammed, and then they're going to
yeah,
blame RH for scamming it, when that's not the case. It was actually Binance scamming it, and that's what we need to correct in the narrative.
yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. So,
Always
what did
comes
you
back-
guys? Sorry, Georgia.
Wasn't me.
Sorry.
Wasn't important.
Oh, okay. Neither is this. But we were just talking about ladies DS. Pulse got listed on OKX exchange, which is used by 20 million people around the world. We saw a drop in the price. We've seen when big coins, which I won't mention their names, get listed on exchanges, them also get sold down. What are you guys' thoughts on the exchange listing of OKX and possibly Kanga? And what about future exchange listing? Because apparently KuCoin might be listing it as well.
I was like, we just ran around the table, the lady. So the gents can take the lead on this one. 'Cause-
Well, I can't give an opinion on the OKX or the Kanga because I don't think we can use them here. Can we, Sammy? They don't work in Australia. I've never
No,
had
for
anything to
me.
do with
No.
them. So yeah, so I
Yeah.
can't really comment.
Same here in the States, at least for OKX. I can't use it. I was using a different one. It was called like a Safe Trade. That one didn't have that much liquidity. So to go in and out, you were just kind of swapping USDT for Pulse, but it worked at the moments where the bridge was kind of clogged.
Is
W-
this sorry? Is this safe.trade? Is that what you're talking
yeah,
about?
that's the one.
Yeah, I
Yes,
just
sir.
looked into this today. I'm actually looking into this now.
Yeah, that one is, as long as you're just swapping in coins, it's just kind of old school exchange, but it has the book there, so you kind of see how much or little or much liquidity there is. It was kind of helpful when the bridge was kind of clogged. But when it comes to exchanges, it's how like I did hear what Sammy mentioned earlier and in your guys' stream about what Richard used to talk about with hacks, and I agree 100%. And it was something that I noticed, especially in the last 6 months to a year, where all these other centralized exchanges are are dropping like flies. They're just I mean, some of them because of their own fault, some of them because of the regulatory issues, but mostly because of the whole issue that started in October and November with FTX, where a bunch of them were leveraged through FTX, and then it started falling that way. And then you could tell that at some point they needed to dump some of their positions. That's why we never want exchanges with a lot of supply. The good thing though is thanks to how Richard did the supply allocation. If they had supply, it's because they went in, they did the sacrifice. Most of them probably didn't. So if they want it now, they're buying our bags. So that's, in my opinion, that's a cool thing.
They got to
Normally,
buy like everyone else did.
yeah, exactly. They want to participate. They want to dump. They're going to have to buy it first from us.
Yeah.
So I think that's another thing, because some of the other uh, situations where tokens get listed, it's like the exchanges already are like salivating because they have a big supply of the supply allocation of the tokens, and then they just start dumping for the next however long. So yeah, hopefully in the jurisdictions where it works, I hope that it's awesome, and then the people can get easier access onto Pulse Chain and onto PLSX and onto Hex. So
Yeah. Yeah.
And hopefully, I mean, if it works well for them, hopefully others see that and then they follow suit, you know?
Yeah. Well, it can't be bad for crypto. Having an exchange listing can't be bad for crypto. Plus, I think the amount of people that need raw Pulse to actually swap, even if they've got all their copies, they can't even swap now because they don't have enough Pulse. So they need to get it from somewhere. So there's only limited resources available. And that's what we were talking about in Ladies Discourse is we need, as if things get built on Pulse Chain and there's more ways to get in and out, that's maybe when we'll see the movie launch, and we'll see, because it's going to make it easier for people to get in. There'll be more videos on, how you get in, how you set yourself up and what to do,
Yeah, I think as more things release, so what's the next? Portal X coming out. So I think that will allow you to buy W Pulse, Wrap Pulse, and have it unwrapped. Was that right? By using Ethereum gas instead of using Pulse to unwrap it. Does that make sense?
That's
I
really
think that's how it
cool.
works. I probably didn't say that really well. I didn't explain that well, but in my head it was good.
You sound like me now. You see me around with me. You start sounding like me.
We have things coming that will allow this stuff to happen, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, we need that though. We really need something like that.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. I know KDP's been tweeting a lot about that. Shout out to KDP, God love her. She's been amazing through this whole thing and so knowledgeable and calming to the community when they thought they lost their crypto over the bridge. But yeah, I believe that's coming out soon. They also got what's the other one that was in our chat, ladies? What's the Coast?
Oh yeah.
Coast.
OX Coast, isn't it? He's got the on-ramp and off-ramp, fiat on-ramp, off-ramp coming too, actually. I was listening to their launch Twitter space the other day. You can go and check out the recording on Twitter. So they got some pretty cool stuff in the works as well. So in regards to fiat direct on and off-ramping. Some awesome stuff coming.
And the Maximus DAO guy, Tanganomi, whatever his name is. Sorry, I've forgotten. So he has got a gas bridge as well. So you can put Ethereum in and get Pulse out, or put Pulse in and get Ethereum out. I guess it's just a makeshift Band-Aid bridge now just to use while they're getting more detailed, complex things sorted out, I guess. So, it's coming. Things I even believe Richard said there is stuff that's being made now that's coming out soon to make it easier.
And it's a good sign for growth. A lot of people are building these new projects on our new blockchain. So it's going nowhere but good and up, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Good direction to go in when everyone's coming across the new blockchain to build new projects on it.
How many projects are there right now? Is there forgive me because I remember a site, but I can't remember it off my hand, top of my hat. It's been I've been on here for like 3 hours. Anyway, so but was there a site where I was telling the total number of projects being built on Pulse Chain? If there isn't, there should be.
There is. I think there is. I remember seeing it months ago. I can't remember what it is now, but there was a project listing site, I think, and it had like.
Apologies for whoever did that because it's dinging about it, But
there's so much going on; it's hard to remember everything.
Well, someone's saying right. All right, I have to say goodnight, and I bid you all adieu. I will see you next time. I'm on mom duty tomorrow morning, early. So,
thanks so much for coming and doing the extra mile, Lindsay. Appreciate you. Always good to see you.
Oh, so good.
See ya.
Take care, guys.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Where was all the pirates? Why aren't they coming in?
Everyone's busy. Everyone's flat out.
Everybody's busy playing with their Pulse X. That's why. That's what they're all doing.
Everyone's Farmer Joeing. That's what
there you go. Pulse Former said in chat he's heard something like 150 new projects. Where have you heard that from, Pulse Former? Give us a source.
I wonder what Richard Hart is doing now, honestly. Without me, what do you think he's doing? Sleeping? What would we talk about our reaction when Pulse Chain launched? I want to know, I would love to see what Richard Hart felt when Pulse Chain finally, when he wrote that text, that tweet, Pulse Chain and Pulse X is out. I wonder what he felt.
Giving
Do you imagine
birth.
that?
Giving birth to a baby.
Guys, if you didn't know, if the guys didn't know what it felt to give birth, that's I think that's the closest thing, I guess.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
imagine he was like,
Um,
okay, I'm done. What do I do now? It's like, what do I do now? I'm sure
Well,
he's
there's
gonna
still
be
heaps to
very
do.
busy.
I'm sure he's working hard right now.
A lot to
Oh, I
do. He's
agree.
probably,
Yeah.
I saw a little pic of the highest of stakes. They show some frames from the actual documentary, and they show Richard with the it was a further away shot of what we usually see on the screens. It was like him wearing just, I think it was underwear or shorts or something like that, dressed up, and you could see everything that we see on the little screen like further away. It was incredible. I think he has a nice chair that he lays down like that, and he has the screens all over him, all around him. Wow. I wonder
I
if the
can
guys
imagine
with
about it.
highest of stakes had to sign some kind of like confidentiality agreement. Don't
100%,
talk
I reckon.
about all the teddy bears that he has around, or don't talk about all the crazy things that Richard has around. Crazy.
All the props, all the stream props.
Imagine. I wonder what Richard House looks like. I'm sorry, this is turning into the FN Hangout. This is a Richard Hart Hangout. Sorry,
Are
Captain.
are
Big
you sure it's a
mistake.
house or are you sure it's a castle?
Captain, how about putting like a show that is only about like the Richard Hart Fan Club show on the Discourse Syndicate? Everybody's dropping. I guess it's going to be a monologue between Mayo. Nice to meet you, Mayo. My name is George. I don't know if you heard about me, but I proposed to Richard Hart online.
Yeah, I know. I've seen you. I've seen you. I've seen your
Yes,
Twitter. I've seen you on streams.
good. I hope I made a good impression. I talk a
Yeah.
lot because I love talking, and I love talking to Mexicans like you. Tell me about
Yeah.
you. Tell me a little bit about you for everyone, like the 70 something people who are watching that don't know who you are.
Don't know who I am. I'm a Hexican.
You're a Mexican. Day one head. Are you an OG?
Nah, not day one.
A
Nah,
PG?
not.
What is?
Nah, I didn't get into. It was at least. I can't remember what day it was. Would have been like day 400 and something, or day 500. I think from memory was my first stake. So
How do you end up in Hex?
well, for me, it was obviously the crypto hype from 17 to 19 or whatever it was, and then during the pandemic, trying to look at things and look at ways to make more money or benefit myself while I'm sitting around stuck at home. Yeah, talking to friends, and basically it was word of mouth. I basically rang a friend of mine who was into crypto mining and always talking to me about crypto. And I said, man, I need to learn. Point me in the right direction. And he just said Hex. And I just went down the rabbit hole from there. And here we
He's a
are.
good friend. He's a
Here
good
we
friend.
are. What's this? This is like
And
2.5, 3 years later. Yeah.
you just went online and followed all the YouTubers, and you were.
Yeah. Just when I look into something, I go deep and thorough. So yeah, I basically just started searching, found Richard Hart, watched his videos, found the Discourse Syndicate, watched the videos, found heaps of other streamers. I think early on there was like Hodl Dog doing tutorial videos and things like that. Jumped back on the Twitter, which was inactive for a long time because I used to be a bit of a gamer when I was younger. So I had a Twitter back then, jumped back on it, and started searching crypto things on Twitter world, and it just blew up. Just the more I looked, the more I found.
That's amazing. I think we
Yeah.
all have pretty much the same story. We were stuck at home doing things. I got into the stock market. I tried to learn just at least to know what I was talking to, about with my kids. And a friend of mine who was in Hex for a while, he told me about crypto, and I was like, no. That's too complicated. I don't want to learn.
Yeah, I think as well because I'm in mining in real life. So I'm in coal mining in Australia, which is a big
Oh.
money industry. It's one of the biggest probably industries in our country for bringing money into the country, and a lot of money in that with the people within that industry. So a lot of people I work with, I work across a lot of sites. So I hear from all them, older people. I always ask older people what they've done with their money and where they're going, because you don't want to be doing hard labor all your life. So a lot of older people have invested in stocks, shares, and real estate, and that's where I started looking. But then, me being me, I'm looking for what's the best ROI, and that's how I found crypto, because crypto is the best ROI. So then, when you realize that and you compare the other two, I suppose once you actually learn how each one works, everyone, I suppose, the older guys, they're really stuck in their ways, and that's worked for them. But they don't realize what they're missing out, or potentially what they're missing out in the crypto world at the moment, because it's so young and so volatile. But yeah, that's what got the conversation starting, I guess, is where everyone else is investing and what they plan on doing when they're getting older. And it started with the stock, shares, real estate, and then crypto's where I ended up.
Now, is it hard to go back to because we have certain conversations there are the usual conversations amongst friends and coworkers. Do you talk about crypto all the time? I do.
Yeah,
It's
it's
crazy.
pretty much all I talk about.
My
Friends
goodness.
and family get sick of it.
I know. It gets kind of bad. Identity. I know you're an OG. You've been in this for a long time, way before Hex. How the heck in 2000 what when you started? You landed into the world of crypto
Into
before
the
Hex.
world of crypto. Wow. First, shout out to Fardo Aliens, one of the OGs as well. So he's like big donation. So
Big
like shout out
donation.
to him. He's still with us. Um, Me, wow. I think by the time I got in, there was like a whole different mood when it came to crypto. It was before the whole regulation that started in 2014, where they decided that Bitcoin and crypto was going to be like property in the States. I was already involved doing taxes and all this stuff. So I was looking how they were, um, you know, regulating crypto, and I could already see that they were trying to put it in a specific box so that it wouldn't compete with the dollar or fiat or anything that the Fed was doing. Back then, I think I was mostly listening to Peter Schiff, Kiyosaki, Mike Maloney, and that type of side of like hard money. So I couldn't visualize crypto at first. It was like I mean, I really wanted the tech to work, but I could see how governments could do this or that or the other to then use that against the people. And then I was just thinking, all right, well, let me stay away from that. Then I started learning other things that evolved. I started learning about other type of, crypto, and then the cypherpunk way. I started going down the rabbit hole of, instead of looking for content at that point, because there wasn't that much content in 2013, 2012. Everyone would just kind of guide you through the Bitcoin message boards, and then you kind of would have to like read all those conversations, and then go through those. Um, and then when it came later, some of the Bitcoiners that I used to follow, one of them, in that case, it was Chris DeRose, interviewed Richard in 2017. So maybe like 2 weeks ago, it would have been 6 years. The
Wow.
first time that, yeah. So it was like, it was a really cool stream, and it was called "Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll" with Richard Hart, and the
Wow.
old channel. It was called Bitcoin Uncensored. So it was I don't know. It was like I guess it was meant to be that I was gonna see what he was doing, because I was seeking the it was called like personal development type content, but I was going a different route. I was through YouTube trying to seek like Tony Robbins, and then his mentor Jim Rohn, and then I was learning that type of stuff, but then I was also doing the whole crypto thing on this side, and then I was falling in the wrong channels, of course, because I was following the whole like, oh well, you cannot make this many X's in Bitcoin, so what you need to do is you need to jump into all these ICOs, because this is how you're going to make your X's. And
Which
so
is
I got,
something that is still going on, which
yeah,
there's a lot of
exactly.
projects that you have to be very careful. That's an incredible story.
Yeah,
And what
basically,
about
it was the coins that like Sammy was talking about. It's just back in the day that would take a long time for they to come out. So it would just be less coins, less ways to get wrecked. But then, yeah, people now is almost instantaneous. Like you can see all these coins like getting popped like 2 or 3 at a per hour.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, exactly. Can I just pop in there? Sorry.
of course.
Far Out Aliens, thanks so much for your generous donation of $100.
Yeah.
That's awesome, and goes to support the Discourse Syndicate, who's doing great things for the community. The longest running show is the FN Hangout with the captain. So thank you so much.
That's amazing. Hexicans are supporting. That's a good thing about this community. They support so much the streamers, the people. This to do this, it takes so much, guys. I know it's easy to watch, but to be a content creator, to be consistent, to be here all the time, no matter what, because what you feel, the streamers feel it even more. The responsibility of showing what they think is it's what's going on with the rest of us. It's a huge responsibility. So that's amazing. We're talking about how we heard for the first time about how do we get into crypto. I think what I've noticed, guys, in the last couple of days. I've been seeing so much the AI promotion of AI everywhere.
The new narrative.
Yes. So you know what, that takes us to, okay, crypto is kind of like, sorry, my son is here. It's just, I told him 1 hour and I've been for like 6 hours on the street.
Yeah, I
Oh,
got my
feel
girls
bad,
running around out
Jennifer.
there as
Come
well.
here, come here. So he's the promotion of this new technology, it comes hand in hand with also crypto. He wants to say hi. Hi. Go down, go down. It's my son.
Hey, mate.
Hello, how you doing?
He's 13. They're 14. I'm sorry, 14. So
Yeah.
what do
I
you
got
guys
a
think?
13-year-old and a 9-year-old out there in the next room.
He's
as
gonna
well.
be, guys. He's gonna be the one like taking care of all the money that we're gonna get making hex and pulse and all the stuff.
Teach
He
him
hasn't
young.
seen the numbers yet, but once he sees the actual numbers and some materialize that, he's gonna enjoy it. But anyway, what do you think? Do you think that I think it's positive? It's negative in some areas, but it's very positive for the crypto and the adoption.
Yeah, just touch base on how you asked how we got into the hex side as well. It's not just
Mhm.
crypto. I think a big part of me is I'm always about freedom and freedom of speech and all this kind of stuff as well. And you see what the governments and big things, big corporations are doing. And I think we are in the right ecosystem to help stand up against that. So that's another big thing that sold me on that once you actually delve into it and do your research. And so yeah, that's another thing to add to why I ended up in this this ecosystem out of all places to be. So
Yeah. So we're talking about how we get into crypto. I'll go. I'll tell you my
Yes.
story. So I saw Bitcoin back when I had my second baby. I saw it on the news and I saw the chart and I was like, holy shit, I saw this chart and it was like this. And this was about 2010.
is that a big
2011.
green candle you're showing?
Yeah, I was just like, whoa. And I'm like, shit, I really have to take a look into getting some Bitcoin. And then that thought left because I was raising children. We didn't have a great income. Only one of us was working. So then when I started making a little bit better money, the thought came to me, like, I'm going to look into Bitcoin. This is in 2017, about October, November. And so when I rang around 3 stock exchanges in the local area to try and get some, and then watched YouTube and realized I could buy it on a centralized exchange. So I got onto exchange and I was buying like little lots, so a couple of $100 here, a couple of $100 there, and we were just starting that massive run up in like December. So every time I put money in, it was like going the pokies. I was like, next day I look and I'm like, shit, I got to get some more of this. So I'm pumping more in.
That
Get
was
that
like a
dopamine hit.
feeling. Yeah.
Within 4 weeks, I'd made like 50 or 60 grand. I was like, man, I've not seen money like this in my life. Like, I'm an everyday Joe. But you know what? You know who didn't sell out and who thought it was going on the moon? Yeah, it was me. So
Yeah,
big
that was
lesson
all
learned.
2018.
You cannot buy these lessons in crypto until you've experienced it disappointed, especially when you're hard up for cash and you see it go up and then go down. It's like you live with that forever. So
The
for
freaking
me,
roller coaster. Yeah, it's
oh,
terrible.
and I was the kind of person at that time was like, you know, $5,000 is a big difference in your life. So from then on, that lesson took me into crypto, and the whole last bear market, I was like, you know, doing everything I can. And I'd already found out about Richard Hart. And then, so it was the following year, I think, it would have been 2 years later, he launched Hex, which was a little bit for me, like how I was going to get into this. I'm only on a centralized exchange. I didn't know a lot. Richard was speaking Greek when he was talking technical. But, I finally figured it out and got in. And, I'm so thankful to Richard Hart and to Hex for the position I'm in now. I mean, I'm still not really rich, just for anyone that really gives a shit. But, I'm on my way. I'm doing considerably well. If it wasn't for Richard and Hex, I wouldn't be in the position I'm in. So anyway, who
Shout out to the
else?
boss.
He's watching. He's gonna be here in a minute, guys. I just got a text. He's on his way. He's having internet problems, bad connection. He's going through the mountains, getting to the castle.
Traveling too much.
Yes, he's gonna be here in a minute. That's crazy. You know what? I was so bad. I have to be honest. I invested about $30,000. Oh my god! If my ex was watching this, I'm gonna get in trouble. This is play money on the options test net. Anyway, but yes. So I said if I would have invested or put this into Hex, I would have been, so happy right now. I'll be in Monaco with Fun and Jim in Cannes, maybe on a yacht celebrating the guy from Amazon and the girl's engagement or something like that. By the way, did you see that, Richard?
They're trying to make him jealous.
You see that, Richard? Put a ring on it. If Jeff Bezos did it, you can do it too, okay? There's nothing wrong with it.
Maybe when he's finished doing all his work, he might.
That's
look at
right.
getting a ring
That's
for
really,
someone.
you have all the time, baby. Don't worry. Take all the time you need. All the time you need. It's okay. I'll wait for you. Lord.
He's just getting that big black diamond ring ready.
Yes, I want the imagine with the what they call the hex diamond.
555 diamond.
Carving. It will be like a big piece right here in my hand, kind of like a this, like that. It probably will be my engagement ring. Bad. Anyway, going back to that. I'm sorry, Capitan. I don't know what you did. You put us here, so we're gonna I don't know. We're cruising down California with your big boat.
Yeah, well, there's some exciting stuff going on in the community. So SJ Wild and Kaylin, Just Being Black, was on the ladies' stream telling us all about the Hex Tour, which starts tomorrow, kick off in Dublin, California, with a party tonight where the captain is.
Pulse Chain Tour, isn't it?
Yeah, Pulse Chain Tour, and they will be on tour until the cruise. In I think it's around about December. It's a 5-night cruise from, where is it from, Georgia? You know the area better than I do.
It's from here, from I think the port on San Pedro, here in California, and it's gonna go to, I think it's picking up people in San Pedro, then it's stopping in San Diego, and then it's going to Cabos, I believe, and forth. What I want to know, do we need a passport to go on and take the cruise? I think so, right? You need a passport.
If you're going outside US water, you would need a passport.
Yeah, unless you stay in the boat, I think.
Yeah, unless you stay in the boat, possibly.
There's 100 Hexicans going to Mexico, about 1,000 coming back, guys. Sorry. Bad joke. Bad girl. Bad. Stop it. But it's going to be, yes. Let me tell you about something. This is going to be amazing, not only it's like a meetup for the Hexicans who are locally in Dublin. Who would have thought about doing an event in Dublin? You would have thought about doing something in San Francisco or San Jose, but they're meeting in the middle, and they're going to have the captain explain like from basic information about what Pulse Chain and also other projects are, which are part of the ecosystem. And also I think they have guests in every single stop they're going to do. I think this time it's going to be um well, we have Litgate. I'm like I'm part of it. They're not paying me anything. I'm not even going, for free. But I think that they have Lit Gain for My Life is Awesome, which you could imagine the energy is going to be up to here. Like he's
amazing. He's so funny, that guy.
Yeah.
An energy.
He's very knowledgeable. I was a big fan of Richard Hart, but I was also, there we go. MJ Manny is also going to be there. Sorry. But they're going to be there as part of the tour explaining the project, and people's going to be able to go one-on-one with the actually Hexicans like SJ Wild SJ, Black Hexican, RG3, Lit Gains, MJ Money. They're going to be.
Yeah, I think Corey was going to talk at the next one too. I seen a tweet something about
Really,
that.
it's going to be incredible. And go if you can. If you're not planning to go, leave everything and go to one of these events. I'm telling you, because I went to the one in Las Vegas before the big event that you were there, Sammy, and it was so incredible to meet the Hexicans. I met Wallace J and it was the first time we were in an event with the Hexicans. I met RG3. I met Black KC. I met Rags to Riches, and I think all these people are going to be part of the tour. So I'm very excited. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, sounds good. I'm a bit jealous. I can't make that.
It's going to be beautiful.
Oh my God, America was so much fun, and to meet all the Hexicans was just amazing. It was a non-stop party. It's like you walk into this new country and you've got like all these friends. You're like, I don't even know anyone in America. I was like,
you know what, Sammy? Let me tell you something. You went straight to like Disneyland. You went to Las Vegas at a Hex convention, with crazy, like a lot of millionaires and a lot of people who wanted to be millionaires, me included. But you went straight to like Wonderland for Hexicans. It was great. I was there.
Money can't buy what I had, and the warmth that you feel from Hexicans is just amazing. And you don't stop. There's always something. There's always a party or a dinner or a meetup. You'll walk down into the hotel lobby and you'll bump into someone. You'll have a chat. It's like if you go to one of these meetups, you're never going to be bored. There's not even enough time in the day. Yeah. And you'll lose your voice because you talk too much, like I did.
That's right.
Yeah, I must say, I haven't been to any big meetup, obviously, in America, but when I went to England last year, and then the London-based Hexicans held a little meetup for me to go there, that was awesome, man. I had never expected anything like that. Just go to a country I've never been to before and go to a little pub, and the amount of people that were there, they're all Hexicans, blew my mind.
How many people were there?
I reckon, I don't know, off the top of my head, I reckon there'd have to be like 40 to 50 people, I think.
Nice.
A quick guess, yeah. And I may or may not got pretty inebriated from everyone shouting at me and looking after me, and it was a good time. I got lost. But they were the best. So, yeah, it was just amazing. So hopefully we can do that here when we have our Sydney or Brisbane meetup or something like that. We can do the same back.
But I think, and this is for everyone in the community. Like, if you think a normal person meets their friends at their job, or they might meet them through work or university or something like that, but really in our day and age in the online social media, there's not a lot of places you can go and meet friends. And my advice would be to anyone, if you want to make friends, get into crypto, especially our community is more friendly.
It's safer than Tinder. Let me tell you that. It's a lot safer than Tinder. Go to a Hexican meetup. At least everybody has a job,
That's
all
true,
I have to say.
But we've got an amazing group of women. Our women is growing. The amount of women we've got is growing. And there's already heaps of men, but there's heaps of single dudes out there, or even lonely people who just want to, catch up with someone. It's a great place to meet people, and get involved in the community, join streams, go to meetups. And people really appreciate that face-to-face meetup because they put a face to a name. If they need help, they'll go to that person because they know it's a real person. They can trust them in some way. So I think they're really good for our community.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, I love going to the meetups. There's a cruise also in December, that cruise that we were talking about, and that's going to be amazing. People went to the Bahamas and they had an incredible time. This is local. I'm going to go to this one because it's just around the corner, from me. And I'm looking forward because I missed out. And they had the nice Hexi Awards. I think I don't know if they're going to have another Hexi Awards, but Richard won every single award. You're welcome. You're welcome. Got you. And that's I wasn't even nominated, guys. You need to nominate me. At least a nomination. I'm gonna be I'm gonna bring my gowns and things like that. We need to make it. This event was not what I expected. I expected, go all the way cans, long gowns and big hair. No, it was just like flip flops and shorts. No, if it's going to be here in California, this is Hollywood. Don't come with flip flops. You need to, start working on your gowns, designers, please. So it's gonna be incredible.
We can wear the. I'll get the Hex boxing robe out, and we can wear that.
That's true. That is true. That would be. You know what? That would be a great, with all the controversy going on with the, what do you call? How did they call it earlier? We had the revolution going on. What is it? I can't remember what I said.
The Civil War.
The Civil War. There you go. Thank you very much. You see, I can't. Dyslexia is killing me. But the Civil War going on with all the Hexicans right now. You know what? A nice match of boxing will, make headlines.
Yeah, I'm sure we can organize that down here.
We can do, if you go to Mexico, we'll do a lucha libre. I want to see RG3 against, I don't know. No, I want to see Fun and Jim against Motley Investor. That would be a good one. I've heard
you can get big novelty gloves. Have you ever seen them? We sometimes have it on intermission fight shows here in Australia. They're like really big, like pillow-sized gloves, and you just get people from the crowd to punch on with each other.
No, let's do the Cleto Reyes.
You want to do a real one?
I know about boxing. Let's get some 8 pounds. Eight. I don't know. Is it pounds? No, it's not 8 pounds. It's like
8 ounces.
8 ounces. 8 ounces.
Yeah, these are 8.
I know where to get them. I know in Tijuana. I used to go buy gloves there. So let's
these are 8 ounce gloves here.
You see? I know what I'm talking about, guys. I know about boxing. But anyway, a nice fight, between those guys will be very, very interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just going to give a price update, everyone. So Pulse X is at 000076. Wrap Pulse is at 0001784. Ink Token at $43. And I'll give you a Hex one too, but I'm going to go straight to Staker for that.
How nice is the Pulse Burn website?
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Hex is
I haven't seen it yet.
Is 0.019 and Hex on Ethereum is 0.015. Very special for you today. First customer of the day. And the website's looking amazing. And it's great that the bridge is actually working now as well.
Has anyone seen the globe feature yet?
Yes, I have.
How cool is that for the validators?
It's pretty cool. It lights up where all the validators are all across the world. Thanks, Mel, Tony, with the price update.
He's going to have to do like a little script so he can show you the price on both chains.
And did you guys know that the Pulse and Pulse X are on Crypto Bubbles as well? If you search Crypto Bubbles.
Yeah, I saw that this morning, actually.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Where did I see that?
It's fun to be watching all day the little bubbles go by. It's
Yeah.
easy to follow because Hex, Pulse Chain, Pulse X are the bigger ones.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, this morning, our whole ecosystem were the biggest green bubbles.
yeah,
Oh,
anyone,
nice.
you guys need to come on. You guys are creative. I don't know anything about coding and things like that, but I want a game. I want some kind of like, Candy Crush with the Hex crash, Hex and PLS. That would be fun or not? What do you think? I will, guys. Call me. You see, my head works different. I just drop an idea. Let's go half and half. I'll share the earnings. Let's put an application with some kind of game, so people while they're waiting, for the price to go up, they can play and just promote Hex. Yeah, we can do an application to promote Hex just for free for people.
Promote it to some famous Twitch
Yes.
streamers so they can get it up on their Twitch.
Yes, we can go. Just burst the bubble. We can do, okay. Just press the bubble. Put the Hex little bubbles and people are something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, cool. Well, guys, Georgia, I know that your son's hounding you. I don't want to keep you up. I'm thinking of jumping off because we've been on here for a few hours now. I mean, you guys are welcome to keep going on, but I've got to jump off. I can close it up or you can keep going. And then Serena, you've also been on for a long time.
Yeah, I've got to make a move, entertain the kids, do something productive. I've got
Yeah.
a circus to go to tonight. I'm going to leave some hex cards around the circus.
Nice. And you're all good, ID. You're all good to sign off. And Serena, you
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Well, does anyone want to shill their shit before we go?
Yes, I want to shield Hex, hex.com, Pulse Chain, go to Pulse Chain, Pulse Hex, Richard Hart Win here on Twitter, Carrera Georgia, at Carrera Georgia on Twitter as well. I don't know. I have a channel. I'm waiting for the captain to tell me if I can do the Richard Hart Fan Club here to talk, at least 2 hours just about Richard. Because we're going to need that when all the fans come on all the, we're going to need that, Captain. I know what I'm telling you. So thank you for the invitation. Thank you, Sammy. Thank you, everyone, for putting up with me. Thank you.
No worries. All good. Yeah, I want to put a little thing out there to anyone that can help me. I'm looking for someone to make me an intro song or modify me a song so I can have an intro song and video to a podcast and stream I want to start. So if you can, hit me up on Twitter or Telegram, whatever you want to do. Mayo Hayes. I need some help.
And Mayo, where do we find you on Twitter?
Here you go. Does that work?
At Mayo Hayes.
Mayo Hayes. Same on Telegram, Twitter, same name everywhere.
Awesome.
Yeah, if anyone can help out with an intro song, and let me know. Keep an eye out too, because I'm gonna have some of the memorabilia stuff with the Diamond Fight Night. Yeah, so it should be good.
Awesome. And ID, where can we find you?
I'm just doing kind of a couple of videos per week. So Identity Block on YouTube, Identity Block on Twitter. So if anyone, I'm mostly talking about Hex and now obviously Pulse Chain, anything that's happening with PLSX, the farms, the yield, anything new. And we're going to keep it like that for the next 15, 30 to 45 years.
Cool, sweet. And lovely Serena Alonzi.
Yep. So on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, it's just Serena Alonzi. So spelled just like how you see here. So yeah.
Awesome.
Another quick thing before we go. Sorry to cut you off, Sammy. These books, I don't know if anyone can see these books, but there's people in our community that have written very helpful and educational books.
Mhm.
So if people are asking you or anyone out there, you can point them in the direction of these books, or they can go out and buy themselves, have a read, and learn. So,
well, Mayo, you might like to post that on your Twitter feed, and then if anyone,
I think I did a post yesterday about the collection. And I took a picture of them all as the collection's growing. So, if anyone's got any questions, post it there, and I'll answer where to get them from.
Sweet. Well, hey, thank you so much for watching, everyone. Follow me on Twitter at SemiChica. Happy Pulse Chain launch. The captain will be back for the next FN Hangout. Thanks for putting up with me. Good to see you all. Take care, and I'm going to play the
Thank you,
ladies
everyone.
excerpt. So the ladies excerpt. See you guys.
Bye.
That girl thinks she's the queen of the neighborhood. She got the hottest drag in town. That girl, she holds her head up so high. I think I wanna be your best friend, yeah. Rebel girl, rebel girl, rebel girl, you are the queen of my world.
10,
9,
8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
3,
2, 1.